Hey guys, it's your girl Jen Taylor, aka Jen T. Welcome back to my channel. So this girl, let's call her Medusa. That's not her real name, but I just, think if I use her real name and she finds out, she might try to kill me again, which, I don't need in my life. I would contribute to the household by making my bed and, reorganizing my makeup drawers and just sort of bringing good vibes, singing around the house and just sort of roaming around with the sticks, for my good energy and good, just good feng shui, things like that. And then Madeline would do Medusa, whatever, I've said her name now, it's Madeline, her name's Madeline, and if she tries to kill me, she tries to kill me again. That's fine. She can do whatever she wants. So Madeline would do things like, sweep the floors and vacuum and clean the windows and take the bins out. All that stuff that I wasn't really very good at. And she kind of, knew how to do all that stuff and I'm guessing enjoyed doing that stuff or whatever. So she would always do that kind of thing. So we're both sort of equally contributing to the house in different ways. So anyway, with all these events and things that I do, I'm obviously going out at night and doing little cocktail parties and all these different kind of things. And I would bring my friends home. I wouldn't bring many friends home. I'd bring 2, 4, maybe a dozen friends home sometimes. So this one night I came home from, I'd been at an event all night and we were kicking on, and most of my friends at the time still lived at home with their parents. So I was yeah, come back to mine, whatever, we'll keep going. But not in a big way, not in a way that we weren't partying or anything. It was just a small kind of gathering. Anyway, so we got back to mine and we were just sitting around chatting, playing some music, playing music so softly, the music was hardly even on. And then I get this text from Madeline, who's in her room, and I'm oh, why are you messaging me? Hey Jen, hope your event was heaps of fun. Sorry to be a pain, but I have to get up and work a double shift tomorrow. Just hoping at some point you guys might be able to quiet down a little. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Again, hope your night was great. Just for a second, imagine getting that. Imagine receiving that message and she's literally in the next room. She's hope your event was heaps of fun. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you hoped it was great. And then, yeah, sorry to be a pain, have to get up and work a double shift at some point. You guys might be able to quiet down a little. We were being so quiet. We were actually saying nothing. We were actually practically sitting there in silence, and she has the nerve to send me that. So that was strike 4. She'd already just been really annoying and stupid, and I just didn't even like her face to begin with. But now she was this was a next level thing that she's gone and done. And she's not a bad person, but when my friends and stuff come over, I just had to say to her, can you just stay in your room? Because she was just so everything that came out of her mouth was just not interesting and not something that I wanted to talk about. So every time she spoke, I was just ugh. Those people, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, absolutely no offense. Some people are just kind of like that. I don't know. I don't get it because I'm so positive and chilled and fun to be around. So I don't really get when people are like that. But let me know if maybe you're like that. That's okay. Maybe you can just learn to be a little bit more like me, or people, I don't know, just a bit more fun in your life. So the morning after, I was whatever, we just kept partying on into the night. I just ignored the message, obviously, because I was who do you think you are telling me what to do kind of thing? And we weren't even being that loud. So we just kicked on and kept partying. And then the next morning I woke up late, and I'd slept in, obviously, because I'd had a huge night the night before. So I woke up and what I saw that morning was so distressing, and I'm triggered now just even thinking about it. But so she had left a knife on the kitchen table. I know. like she had left a knife there. Like a full-on knife. It's like facing towards my bedroom door. So when I came out of the bedroom, I was just like confronted by this knife that she'd purposely left there for me to see. I'm gonna put a photo up because I did tweet about it when it happened, because I just wanted to know like what you guys thought of it. Like I was so shook, like I was so frightened, and rightly so, because she had literally left a knife there to threaten me, and I felt so emotional about it. And like the trauma that you experience after something like that is just indescribable. So I saw this knife and I took it as an immediate threat. You know, so much intimidation. Like she'd already been trying to intimidate me with, you know, the text message, and then just her in general was just like, you know, she was just psycho. She was absolutely insane. Thought that I'd give her a taste of her own medicine, obviously. So when she came home, I decided I would confront her with a knife. Now, it wasn't the same knife that she used because I wanted to be impactful. So I confronted her with this, which is something that I keep under my bed. And when she walked through the door after work, she'd like, you know, worked her double shift or whatever she did. And as soon as she walked in the door, I stood there and I was like, what is this? What is this? And I just started going off. I started ranting, like I couldn't control myself. Like I'd been traumatized by that knife that she'd left. And I just had to show her exactly what it felt like to be at the receiving end of a knife threat. So I just went, bang, Madeline, you can't do this. You can't do this. If you want to live in this house with me, you've got to play by the rules. You've got to play by my rules. And I was just waving it at her and screaming, and I was just pointing it in her face so she knew what it felt like and what I'd been through that day. For some weird reason, she just starts crying, like bawling her eyes out, like spluttering. She can't even get her words out. And I'm so confused. And then she like runs into her room, starts like packing up all her stuff. And then she like calls her dad, and her dad comes and picks her up, and she's like crying this entire time. She just goes out the door, and I'm left there thinking, what a psycho. It's insane. So I guess the lesson here for all my genetics is be really careful who you choose to live with and never live with a psycho. Bye for now.